we are going over what happened last time. You were sent from the chief in the little camp up the mountain, the left Devil's One, but not all the way up, just like halfway. And you found the little cozy town of Tess, or what remains of it, which was razed to the ground by the Creed of Power. You snuck around in a place. You managed to find a box filled with riches and some other things. You eventually found the survivors you were looking for, and they were controlled by a evil knight in big armor called Sven, which Isoi kind of taunted at the end.
Wait, he has a name?
He does Sven, yeah, and he he summoned a dragon once he realized he was outmatched by you guys, and you took the deal to let him go, and he would let the slaves leave. You now have four dwarfs, one of which is knocked out on the bridge because you decided this was the safer option. One of them is dead. He died from the night.
Lance charge. Yeah.
Yep. And
Oh, well.
there are three who cower in the corner who were scared of the dragon. And we are taking it up here. Let me check my notes. As the dragon ascends, it kicks up a terrible storm, momentarily knocking all of you on your asses. It also knocks down the slaves.
Ow.
Yes. And at that point, you are in control. The dragon is you see it in the distance, but it is probably out of reach by now.
Uh-huh.
Probably.
Oh,
Anybody have a bow?
No.
Yes,
have a
shoot it.
stone.
Shoot it. Do me the
I have
favor
a
and
bow.
shoot it.
I have a bow, but blindfold.
I don't think we want to piss that off.
I would be like, yes.
We just agreed on not fighting, so
Mhm.
Yeah. I'll look hashtag look at Susan and sort of like and sort of like point towards the knocked out dwarf. We should maybe do something about that.
You see that he is indeed laying on the floor. He's drooling, and it looks like his tongue is stuck to the floor as well.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
Kosir, right before he starts to inspect the dead dwarf, he'll look at Jinx and be like, "You got a new haircut or something?"
I mean, I was this like out of game, out of character. I was this before we even got here, so
Yeah, but I didn't notice it last time. So
good of you to notice. You did your hair as well, I see.
I wasn't
groom
here last
myself
time.
every morning.
Mhm.
I had too much hog's piss, so I wasn't here last time.
You did indeed.
Oh yes, you were not
Oh,
here.
no.
Never mind. I'll just do basic tending, or maybe just like
No,
get the tongue gently.
She's here with you. It doesn't matter what continuity and story we go with. It's just what it is.
Let's break the fourth wall and.
Yep.
In any case, let's just wake
Yeah.
this one up one
Yeah,
way or another.
you and Susan, you go down to the dwarf, and you can see that he, rather than knocked out, it almost looks like he's asleep by now.
A little tap with my foot, like, come on, wake
Did
up.
you say with your foot?
Like a light tap.
You don't have a...
Roll strength.
You
I don't
have
know.
a
I
foot.
have feet. I have feet. Do you want to have feet? I don't slither
I thought
along the floor.
Oh, okay.
No,
Also, thanks.
it's not a
Thought
lamb
you
yet.
thought he was a naga.
I thought so too.
Not an
Apparently
actual
he has
naga or
feet.
anything.
Okay, you kick him, and he jumps up, and he's like, whoa, what happened? What happened?
Be, what's the word again? Be calm right now. You are relatively safe.
Relatively safe sounds relatively good.
The general is, well, flying away with a dragon tail between his legs. So,
Okay. He looks around and he doesn't see any of his comrades. Where are they? Because they're behind the house from his point of view. Where's the rest?
Over there, but unfortunately, one of your comrades did not survive.
Yeah. Piss. Which one was it?
As points towards the blindfolds.
Fuck. All right. Okay, I get it. I need. But what of us now? What this collar?
That is something we'll need to discuss with the rest of the party when they finally bring the rest over here. As I shout that.
By the way, is the cabin still on fire?
The cabin is on
It's still
fire and
on
there's no loot in it. And Kazir, if you go in
Aw.
there,
Fire
I'm surprised
damage.
Asuka didn't go in first.
Oh, that's a giant.
I'm not a
smoke
kleptomaniac
pillar.
in this person.
Kasir has a nose for treasure.
Not a kleptomaniac, but you sure as hell run towards the first chest you see.
That's just
Only
normal. Okay, so let's jump over to the other side then. Like, what are you four doing down there?
Mo is approaching the three scared dwarves and be like, "Fear not, fellow dwarves, your great dwarven hero is here."
They look around and they're like, where?
Murdoch will kind of clean his ragged clothes and be like, "Me."
They look upon you and they're like, hill dwarf, huh? You know what?
He
At
might
this
look
point,
like a hobo, but
at this point, you might as well be our hero. At least for now, we have peace. And
yes, you're very welcome.
They indeed calm down a bit. They're like, but what now?
He will grab the chicken feed he has in his bag and be like, "You can have some of
Oh.
this."
You feed the dwarf some chicken feed. Hold on.
Why?
I don't know. It's Murdoch.
At that point, the echo of my voice goes, when they finally bring the rest over here.
Kasir,
Don't trigger an avalanche now.
The dwarves just look at you and they're like, we're not some bloody poultry.
Oh, that's too bad. And then Murdoch looks sad, and then he just puts some chicken feed in his mouth and walks away.
As long as you enjoy.
Kasir will lug around at the dead dwarf.
You look around it. You see a slave.
Lug around on it.
You
with
lug it around.
Yeah, I'll carry him over to the bridge.
Okay,
Oh,
Asuka
okay. I
crouches
guess
down to
we'll
the
do that
dead
over
dwarf.
there.
Okay, yeah. And they will follow you from a fair distance. And you take up the boy.
Actually, before, just out of curiosity, what happened to the collar of the dead dwarf?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Suka is checking right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You see the collar is still firmly on his neck, and it looks as if it was on the others. It's the same.
Okay, not for long. Takes out knife.
Okay, you take out the knife, and what exactly?
Was more to see your reaction, but
okay. Suka, go on.
thing is,
So Isaac, you're not doing anything with it, or
no. I was just wanted to gauge reaction. Do your RP. I'll be silent.
Oh, okay. So I just want to see like if it comes off now, or if anything has changed at all. Because last time you said it's an explosive mechanism, right? Or we don't know
it
yet.
Can do multiple things, perhaps. Okay. So you go down on your knees next to the dwarf, and you grab firmly onto the collar. Can you do me a strength check?
Sure. Oh wait, shit, that's a save. Wait, one moment.
Just straight strength. Okay. You pull on it, and at first nothing happens, and you pull, And then you feel like a sort of like almost electric pulse run through your hands, and then you just let go of it.
Hmm.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah.
You
This
can explode
seems.
yourself.
Yeah. This seems not like something to toy with. Does it look like a how do I say this? Does it look like a magical mechanism or something more, like a technological thing?
Ye-
Like
You can imagine it like it's a band that goes around your neck, and at the front
Yeah.
of it there is a small blue gem.
Okay, so that's definitely magical then. That's not my uh my form of whatever. I'll leave this to someone else to toy with.
Should I touch it?
Well, Asuka kind of touched it already.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
touch
and
it
I
some
got an
more.
electric shock. So
Well, let's see. Would I or would I not? I kind of look towards the dwarfs, and it's like, is this one of any importance to you all, or is it just a random dwarf?
We knew it would end bad one way or another. His blood will return to the stone. We have seen you meant him no harm, but it is still our duty to bury him as tradition demands. And then you see the dwarves look at each other and they're just stroking their beards and stuff, thinking about what to do. Strangers, well, we are grateful you got rid of that prick. We're in a dilemma. We lack the main means to bury our comrade in an honorful way. Tradition demands a festive funeral in a mountain cave. However, most things are razed to the ground. We will have to resort to digging a grave here, I suppose. It's the best we can do. We lack any tools or anything to work this frozen earth. I dread
Well,
to
the
ask
cold-
you, could you help us bury our friend?
Well, the
Was
cold
there-
ought to keep him fresh.
Well,
Was there
Does-
not a mine nearby?
The mine there. Is there a mine nearby? Which one are you referring to?
the one that you kind of like said it does not exist over there.
No, that one does not exist.
No. The one they were forced to dig relics from. For a relic. You were saying they were
Yeah.
digging in a mine.
yeah.
But digging in a mine.
Yeah, wasn't it a mine?
Yeah,
Ruin.
like
Did I
Where-
blank that?
yeah.
Yeah, the ruins.
Where-
Yeah. The ruins. They were in the
okay.
ruins looking for stuff, but there was no mine. And we will get to that in later. Yeah.
Just casually, so he's just thinking out loud, and he wonders if the dwarven head needs to be attached to the body if they bury it anyways.
That's a
They
good- I was
look
thinking that
over
too.
at you. What is wrong with you? Will
Collar
you
has
dishonor
come
our
off one way.
fallen?
I think burying him with that collar is more dishonor than having it detached from him.
A caller will not stop his spirit finding peace in the mountain.
Sure.
He must be returned.
And he will. But just imagine if the head was already off.
Silence, fiend!
There.
Will you help us or not?
Sure.
Okay, does
First of
any
all,
of you
can
have...
I-
Okay.
Can I inspect the color further myself? But I'm not tugging at it.
You can do what you want, Ego. What are you looking for?
Is there any aside from the stone, any inscribings or anything or?
There is nothing. You look around it, and it seems to be like almost like a cheap iron chain that goes around the neck. It goes very tight around it, and then at the front there is just a blue stone.
Is there
you can
any?
you can definitely feel magic from it, but
Yeah.
that's about all. And you have never felt it like that before.
Do I know what kind of magic it is?
Mm-mm. No.
I know it is magic, but
Mm-hmm. So, if you decide to help them, do you have any means of burying anything? Any
Do we
tools?
have a
Sorry.
shovel?
I checked.
Yeah.
I
I have a
don't have anything.
pickaxe.
I have a
pickaxe.
crowbar, but that's all.
I
Crowbar
have a
will
shovel
not help.
and a pickaxe.
Oh, there we go. I have a shovel.
Yeah, okay. You definitely have enough.
Yeah, I have a
So-
shovel and a pickaxe.
Okay, then
Yeah.
you roll me a strength check, and someone else that you give the tool for rolls a strength check.
Who had maxed out strength?
I do.
The one with the strength bracers.
Yeah.
I'll hand a
Oh,
pickaxe.
yeah.
No, well, I'll tell Nia to. No, wait.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll tell
Yeah.
Neil to use his pickaxe, and we'll help them out.
I'll just get off all the,
And since I'm having a
Speed
friend
motion.
help me, it's a nat 20,
And-
right?
Okay, so you're not both digging, but Nier is helping you
Okay,
dig, we
so,
call it. Okay.
No,
am I?
It's
we're
good
helping
enough
each other.
either way. It's good
Yeah.
enough.
He loosened the frozen rock, and I dig it out.
Alright, alright.
Yeah.
You manage to dig a hole. The dwarves stand around it. This ought to do. As the dwarven body is lowered into the grave, you see the dwarves. They look around, and then they run over to a massive stone and they just start dragging it on top of the grave. We may not be able to return you to the mountain, but you will understand this is the best we can do. And the four dwarfs stand around the massive stone slab that is now covering the grave. Each of them places a smaller stone on top of the grave and says a few parting words, and then they look at you. We are ready to go, but we have no idea where to go at that point.
Well, we can't take them back to the camp.
But obviously
the
not.
colours.
Israel will vehemently go against that. Too dangerous.
We-
We'll need to
You tell them where the camp is.
Didn't we
No.
already have a plan for that?
Yeah, we're going to inform the camp of them, but we will also inform them that they have those collars, and then we will let the camp decide what to do with them.
Yeah, but meanwhile, we wanted them to camp like close by, right?
Well,
Well-
one person just needs to go and inform the camp. The others can
Isn't
just
there
stand.
the cellar we
somewhere
could
else.
guide them to?
Well, they can just sleep in the cellar. Yeah, that's true. The hidden one.
Wait, is Malman not here?
No,
No.
Mel
No,
is not
he's-
joining today.
Oh, okay.
So much for a moving campfire.
Yeah. He's just keeping, company for the, the dwarves in the cellar.
By the way, dwarves, what were you digging for?
Am I blinding this? Oh yeah. Sorry. I skipped some names. They made us look for some relics in our own town. These idiots. If there was anything of value, we would have used it against them, or they would have destroyed it before they could have got their grubby hands on them.
They are out of character. They're talking about the town we were already in.
Yeah,
right?
they talk about their town. Yeah, they are from their town.
So you don't know specifically what they were looking for.
No, they probably were just looking to get more riches or something off of us poor suckers. They only got the one thing that was, if you would even call it a relic, it was the horn that fucker had. It's not his.
Was it buried?
Wait, so the horn was from the dwarves before?
Did you have a dragon?
Yeah, did they have the dragon or?
Ancient history says that at one point one of our ancestors managed to save a dragon's egg, and that dragon would stay honorable in for him. But who knows whether or not that was true. The long story short, we managed to get a horn, and the dragon would guard our village at times.
It seems like it's turned allegiance on you.
Many things happened over the last few weeks, like 2 things in particular. A week before the Creed arrived, a small group of people arrived. A few heavy-geared adventurers, among them was a rogue. Shady person, I tell you, never said a word. Always had the hood of their armor over their face and never really interacted with the others of their group. We let them stay, said they were on their way to the peak and down to the Cursed Valley. For something they needed from it. They left after resting up and went up the mountain. About a week later, the Creed of Power marched up to our mountain and demanded we surrender. We at first took it for an ill joke. They, however, were serious. Our chieftain took Survey's horn and blew it, thinking hell would unleash. However, nothing happened. Once we realized nothing happened, panic, screaming, crying, and then shortly after the knights arrived. The rest you can put yourself together, mate, I believe.
Then what about the dragon? Wasn't it supposed to guard your village? Or
It
how?
was, but when we blew the horn, nothing happened. But when he did now, Survey came.
Maybe
Wait, what's
it's
the name of
been
the dragon?
Suve.
Survey.
Or
Tuve.
The dragon didn't seem
however
happy
you want.
about it.
No. Survey is a free spirit. Never liked to be called. Much less would it bend the knee for a human or any kind.
Who of you were the one speaking Draconic again?
I can speak Draconic.
Weren't you hearing something on the way on their flight? Maybe a good idea to mention that.
You heard that the dragon said you will regret this, mortal.
Oh yeah. It basically only taunted us, or yeah. Wait, who did it say that to? To us?
The
knight.
knight that flew away
The
with it.
knight.
Oh, okay.
I-
So the dragon said that to the knight. Oh, okay, that changes a lot.
Because I feel like you should maybe like
Yeah,
inform.
I'll tell this to the dwarves and the party, and I'll tell them that I suspect that the dragon is probably under some sort of similar curse or spell or whatever like they have with the colors.
The dwarves look at each other. We figured out as much. Suve would never do something like this. It seemed very angry about the situation. We also saw the necklace that they mended onto its skin as well. I dread to think it must be a very similar situation.
Were you and the dragon on friendly terms then?
One would not say friendly. We gave... what do you call it? We gave not sacrifices.
Offerings.
Yeah, we gave offerings to the dragon, and in exchange it would help us in dire need. But it wasn't such as a pet. It was still a very, very vile spirit.
But it was a mutual relationship, was it not?
Perhaps that is how you could describe it, yes.
So
Yeah.
if we figure out how these colors work, the magic behind it or whatever, we might be able to save the dragon and have it help or turn it against its current, well, masters. And I scoff.
Suve would definitely raise hell over in that town, in that city if you'd free it.
But then again, I suspect that whoever captured it or made it do its bidding is probably pretty powerful to be able to control a dragon.
In order to control it, you need to be nearby it, usually. That's why it raises the question of how Survey, even though high in the air, is controlled by something.
Well, they're not certainly all the time up there, are they not?
Do the
No.
dwarfs... Sorry.
Even dragons sleep.
I suppose so, yes.
What's more do you know of the Creed of Power? Is there anything else you could, I don't know, inform us about that could maybe of help?
They're gathering all sorts of things. Riches, relics, weapons, armor, slaves. They're basically building their own twisted empire over there, these fuckers. Everyone just gets overrun by their armies, and they always play dirty. They do their research as if they had intel on every single situation. They knew exactly that Sue would guard us, but they did something before it had the chance to.
Out of character, but Edge, are you sneaking in Garlemald or Asians by any chance?
No.
Oh, okay.
Everything is perfectly fine, and it's not like, ooh, magical wizard.
Okay. I'm just curious what's going on.
You just don't have all the cards yet.
If
Alright.
I hear something Ultima, I'm gonna make a Kingdom Hearts character.
You simply don't have all the answers, and these slaves also will not have all the answers.
Fucking useless.
Wow.
Guess we should move on then.
As long as we had the color, but I suppose desecrating.
I'm not moving that
isn't
rock
really,
they just placed on his grave.
like,
It's
well,
their tradition, though, I'm afraid.
Alright,
So, what are you plotting?
Just to reiterate, our quest originally, when we were sent out, was to go to the village, find survivors, loot whatever we could to bring back, and was there something else?
No, that was
I don't
basically it.
think so.
Then we're going back, but I'm going to communicate with the group that one of us should go in front before us to communicate with the camp what we should do before we even let them anywhere near it. Sven might have said they know of the camp, but knowing of the camp and knowing where it is a very different thing. So even if they have spies, as he's saying it, finding it is still another thing.
So, are we guiding the dwarves with us to the camp? Is
Yeah,
that
but
what
not all the
Okay.
way
Not to the
towards the
camp.
camp.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
else is going to go first.
Should we just leave them
So-
at the base?
I mean, I
For
have no issue
for
with
for sake of
anyways.
traveling, we will say you leave them outside the camp, not just here at the mountain. But
Yeah.
yes, okay. That means one of you guys will move in first. We're gonna jump map. I think we're gonna jump here. Didn't trigger. Let me do that manually then. So, who is going in alone?
Who is?
Arch.
Part. No, Arch, fine. I'll go then.
All right. So only Isoi is moving into the camp, and what will he do?
All right.
You better not steal all the money, you bastard!
Oh yeah,
Anyways.
maybe we shouldn't have picked him.
Nah, he's honest.
So he's going to just actually before we don't forget about the horse thing. Did we actually see a horse as we went back?
It's the
Edge?
Kelpie.
I mean, like we know
You
that
kind
the
of
Kelp
butchered
thing was supposed to
everything with the
happen.
horse. Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't that
so
the
do we
horse
just
that drowned or something?
do we let the quest with the horse thing just go, or what's the intention?
Yeah. That quest didn't end as planned, I'm afraid.
All right, fine, no problems. I'll just need to remove it then from my notes.
Poor Kelpie.
GM layer.
Rest in
Gotta
peace,
love
Kelpie.
the GM layer.
Oh,
Anyways,
was that the horse that wasn't meant to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah, horse is
Okay.
very dead.
So
Yeah.
I'll approach the same person that put us, or at least if they are there, on the quest.
He looks at you and is like, "What's up, soldier?"
So I'll approach the person and relay everything that we saw and that happened. I inform him of the strange boar at the bridge
Okay.
that we sort of like chased away, but don't know what happened to it after.
Are you telling him that you did it dishonorable?
So he doesn't really care at all. So he's just going
Okay.
to say that he annoyed us
That
and
doesn't
was
matter.
interfering in the quest, so we shot it. At least I shot it.
The guardsman, the officer, he looks at you and says, "This is kind of big. I'm gonna get the chief." And then
I also inform him of the little underground whatever that's called, hidden thing.
Let's do it
With
all
all
the
the-
way. You hide anything from him?
No, I
Okay,
tell
okay,
everything.
okay. Yeah. Okay. He gets the chief, and the chief is like, okay, you did what exactly? There's slaves. There was a dragon. There's some hidden stuff. Like, okay, one by one, please.
So, as we went to our intended purpose, we had some boar meat bore us to death with his annoying,
Scruffins,
vulnerable.
they're just around here. Just never mind about these things. They do talk big about their honor, but they're just the giant pig, honestly.
Very well. Next time I'll bring some meat back. As we approached the ruined town, we didn't find anything of importance until we found a underground hidden area with decently enough resources that can be of use. Then we proceeded to follow a trail towards a big bridge, and there we found some survivors. Unfortunately, these survivors have those annoying collars along their necks, and they were being guided by a supposed general of the Creed, and after some battling they had a dragon under their control called Suve or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They left us with the dwarfs, but in exchange for their life, and well, we didn't have much of a choice, considering there was an adult dragon in our face. And finally, we did not allow the dwarfs too close or anywhere near the camp until we were sure that it was safe to do so, considering the collars are still active.
He scratches his head. This is indeed
Also,
a lot.
potential spies in the camp, and Creed knows of its existence.
Potentially spies. Every second person here is a rogue, a shady person. It wouldn't surprise me, but how would we ever figure out who it is? Anyway, let's get back
Mind
to
magic.
my magic. We will put all in Zone of Truth. No, we will not.
Mass
The-
zone of truth. Yeah.
Zone of Truth. Everyone spews out the truth about some trivial things.
I put my bed last night. Suddenly.
I pissed in your bed. It's like,
Like what?
The hawk's piss is actual hawk's piss.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we have to do it. The hog has no choice but to say what it is.
I mean, he
okay.
could do a backflip out of the zone of truth.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
not sure the orc can do that. Okay.
Oh, he's an
Um,
orc?
Yeah.
So-
The hawk is an orc.
Oh,
That's why
I
he
was
has
thinking
these
he
talents.
was-
Leaders. Is the
oh, I
resistance-
thought he was one of the scruffians or whatever they're
No,
called.
Is the resistance leader's jaw on the floor yet, or is he just like
He-
another day?
You see him definitely frown his face. This is definitely a situation. We have quite the opportunity here to have a look at these colors. I don't think we can give up this chance. And then you
Also, I mentioned the dead dwarf buried with a collar that can be accidentally taken off by decapitation. Unfortunately.
he frowns. Is like, I don't know about that. We might consider this should our research fail on these 4 that you're bringing in here. I would very well welcome them in here. We will have our mages on them. Perhaps they will find a way to get rid of them. That could be crucial for the outcome in this war.
If you think allowing potential exploding collars close to the camp is smart, up to you, leader.
We will keep them a little bit away from public spaces, shall we say. But we must take the opportunity to research what we can.
Understood. Is there anything else we can do, or are we good to leave?
I have a lot to think about. Come back later, bring the dwarfs in, and I have someone to talk to.
Very well. Just to make everything short, I'll go out, inform everyone about whatever was told. I hold nothing back except not telling the dwarves that I told them of potentially getting their dwarven body back up, and then fast forward, and I want my loot.
Yeah. Hold the fort. As you stand back again with the group of the dwarves, you and the dwarves, you walk up to the veil of the camp, and one of the dwarves is it much further? I got small legs and oh.
If you want to stay alone outside, be my guest.
Screw you, snake. And then he keeps following you, and one by one you basically disappear before him, and he's like, oh! And then the dwarves pass through the veil, and nothing happens. He scratches his beard. By Ratter's beard! Magic never ceases to amaze me. Perhaps there's still a way to get rid of these callers, mate. You see the war chief then come a little bit towards you, and he's like, okay, dwarves, please come with me. And he takes them to a little bit of a secluded area of the camp, and you see some mages follow him, and yeah, that's it.
That's it. Very well. And I'm like, too many dwarfs for me in one day.
It is about evening at that point.
Great. Is the quest giver still at the camp?
Which one are we talking about?
The one who gave us the job to go towards the town.
Of course, he's still there.
All right. Well, go back. He was there when I informed the war leader, I suppose. So...
Yeah. He looks at you. Oh, boss already told us you did your job, and then he flicks you 20 coins each.
Flicks 20 coins that I don't see coming at me. Great.
This is dead, and this is what the
1d20.
Fine, everyone gets 20, and you can then share the rest of the 20 that are on the floor.
Well, if they're on the floor, I know where they are, so then I can pick them up.
God. Well, they're not hovering.
Magical coins.
Magical coin. There we go.
Talking about magical coins, remember the items that you've managed to get so far? You so far still have the coin that you have not used, and you have the ring with the squirrel that you have not used. So keep in mind the things that you have.
You cut out there. What did you say about the coin?
Wait, I cut out? You
The
still
coin.
have the coin, and you
Oh,
still
my
have
coin.
and you still have the ring with the squirrels on it. Just saying that you don't fully forget the items.
When I have dust.
You have dust.
What? I know I have the items, but why are you telling me
haven't
not
used
to
them
forget
yet.
them? For today?
You should put the ring on and see if anything happens.
I don't have the squirrel ring, but I have the coin.
You do have the
That's
squirrel
very
ring.
important.
Oh wait, I have the squirrel ring.
See, that's what I mean with don't forget the goddamn items you get.
Yeah, well, I'll put the ring on then.
Okay, before you stand 3 squirrels looking at you now.
I'll take the ring off.
The squirrels are gone.
I'll put the ring on.
The squirrels are back.
I
I'll
whisper
take
to
the ring
the
off.
I
think we're in
whisper
a
to the
loop.
others. I think
No.
he's nuts.
No. I take the ring off. The squirrel disappear.
Yes.
I will start looking like very curiously on the ring.
It's still a ring with 3 squirrels inscribed on it.
Who was the mage in our party again? Near?
Near.
Question mark.
And Mur with his
I
paddles.
don't know what I am anymore.
Well, the spellcasters are me, Ellie, Igo,
Well-
and Mur.
Oh yeah,
Mur-
I like Isoi, so
What?
I'll be like bumping you in the shoulder.
It's like
Oh.
this. What?
What can you see about this ring here? I put it on and I see squirrels. I take it off and there's no squirrels.
I see only darkness.
Give it to the blind one.
I know you cast magic. Use your magic thingies.
Fine, and I'll just like swipe the ring, and I hold my hand, and I'm gonna do any form of Arcana check to maybe see if I know any form of magic in it.
Okay.
Is it kind of like summoning magic? Is it direct harmful magic or whatnot?
Okay, go for it.
22.
Okay. You feel nothing negative about this ring. You feel almost like it's a familiar imbued into the ring.
Oh, okay. I'll toss the ring somewhere in the direction of Kazir, and it's like, it's a type of summoning ring. Have fun with it.
He'll put the ring back on.
Didn't
again,
Wilbur the gnome see squirrels?
He,
And
did-
they're
well,
back.
he
we
didn't
can't
see
ask
them. They
him
were
anymore.
real. And yes,
Oh,
he's
okay,
dead.
okay, those were real, yeah.
And they're back, right?
Yeah, back. They look up at you and you see them salute you.
Are they ghostly or are they like material?
I'll point at them and look at Isoy. Do you see them saluting me?
Good thing to ask the blind snake if
Yeah,
he
I
sees
know, that's
something.
why I'm
you just
asking.
you just see Soy looking at the general direction of and you just see the tongue goes like a normal snake in and out, unfazed, just like with a face of like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Resting bitch face.
Yeah, kind of like that.
You know, fun. I'll look back at the dwarf behind me. You see these things?
Murdoch will chew on some bird feed and be like, looking you straight in the face. What things?
They indeed do not see them. No.
Oh, they can see them. I'll look at the squirrels and be like, are you invisible?
They look at each other and then you see that they're nodding.
And I'll try to snatch one up.
Does wait, does Ree have to do like some sort of like wisdom saving throw to see if his cat instincts don't go off and he has to chase them?
That's why I'm trying to snatch one up.
Are you trying to
don't
do it
eat
in a fast and aggressive way, or like, oh, I'm gonna take you up?
Not aggressive, but it's quick.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand with advantage. Okay, you have one squirrel in your hand and it looks up at you. It seems stressed about the situation, however.
So I can feel it physically in my hand.
Yes, you can.
I
Are you
will
touching
like-
the scroll?
I will like pick it by I will then like
Oh.
pick it between the finger and the pointer finger and the thumb and on the tail and like lift it up and like inspect it.
It seems to be a normal squirrel, and it is getting more and more stressed by the situation. The other two squirrels are now looking up in shock.
I will put it back down and stop wondering what the fuck am I gonna do with invisible squirrels.
You see the squirrels now trying to basically put all the hair back where it should be on the squirrel that you just put up.
I will take off the ring,
They're gone.
turn over to the dwarf and give it to him.
Murdoch will put on the ring.
You see the squirrels that are still trying to shuffle the hair of the one that was picked up.
And then I will look Cassia in the eye and be like, what the fuck?
Oh, so I'm not on drugs.
Well, the ring might be of drugs, yeah. I don't know. Can I inspect the ring and find out what the fuck?
If you just want to inspect the ring, it is a
Talk to
wooden
the
ring.
squirrels.
It is a wooden
Okay,
ring with engravements of 3 squirrels.
You're so focused on the ring right now.
Yeah, I put up my hands like he's like, these idiots with stupid magical items. And I'm going away just towards the inn because I need sleep.
Okay, you do that.
was gonna suggest let's go get some drinks, but then he just run away.
You can follow if you want.
I'm gonna follow. I don't know what these druggies are doing.
They can have their fun with their imaginary squirrels.
Murdoch is gonna squat down and ask, "What's your name?" and point at one of the squirrels, the one in the middle.
Do you have talk to animals active or something like that?
No, but how do you have it active?
Up to you. With or without?
Let's say with.
Okay. They look up at you. Finally a sane person that finds us. And then they do some chittering noises and they're like, we are the 3 squirrels of the ring. We do as we are told. Once a day we help you.
Is their lord called Sauron or
Squirreldom.
Squirreldom.
Squirreldom?
You may ask,
Wow.
you may utter a wish. However, it must be a wish that 3 squirrels can fulfill.
Ah, what can 3 squirrels fulfill?
Many things, but nothing crazy.
Could you give me a bag of 20 hazelnuts?
Yes, we can collect hazelnuts. Is that
Without
what your
eating
wish
them.
is?
Yes.
And then
Murdoch
you
looks
see
very
them,
excited.
and then you see them run off.
Epic.
I'm just gonna move
Rest
away
of the
from
hazelnut.
Murdoch.
Yeah, I'm also moving away from Murdoch talking to himself.
Yeah.
You saw the cat
Okay.
talking to himself, now you're following the cat, and then the dwarf is left alone. I told you, too many dwarfs in one day.
Kasir will flip a coin.
He flips the coin. Roll me a d2.
Please, please.
You feel
accidentally
misfortune
disappear.
fall upon you.
Please disappear, please disappear. So what?
Wow.
Kasir will smack Isoya on the back and be like, let's go get some drinks.
As you try to do that, you try to smack him, but you miss, and instead of hitting Isoi, you lose your balance and fall face first into the dirt.
I haven't taken drinks today. What the hell?
Maybe you shouldn't be flipping that coin.
Do it more. Good.
It's my lucky coin. Cause
Yeah, obviously it's not so lucky.
So, did it roll heads or tails when it rolled the
1 is basically tails, a 2 is heads, and heads is positive, tails is negative. It's fair. I'm just using a d2, so it's easier to memorize.
So while he's on the ground, is the coin still in his hand?
The coin falls back into his hand. Yes.
Okay. Can I quickly sleight of hand and inspect it?
Do you want it to be taken, Kazir, or would you roll against it?
He is flat on the ground, but yeah.
I mean,
Well-
it's still in his hand, though.
Mm-hmm.
it is my lucky coin, so I don't think I would give it willingly.
It then rolls sleight of hand against. Let's see what he rolls.
We'll see. Nothing special. 20.
Oh, never mind then. Yes.
What can we roll against it? Is it
Basically,
Clarity
sleight
save.
of hand versus sleight of hand.
Okay, then if you want, you can roll against it. Sleight of hand.
Or a deck save, I
Or dex,
suppose.
Peter. Yeah, no, you lose your balance and your footing, and the coin just a little bit still hovering above your hand, and then a fast hand just grabs it, and it's now in Isoi's hand.
Alright. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it?
Hey!
Yes, 1 minute. Do I have something here? Okay, so I'm going to just. I have a candle in my bag. I'm going to just take a little bit of wax, just scrape it
Okay.
off a little bit. I'm going to put it on the tail side of the coin, and no, on the head side of the coin.
Oh, you want
that
to
if
make
he's
it
gonna
heavier,
flip it,
okay.
I'm gonna go more towards the side of the tails every time he does it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
That's
make an
cheating.
imprint
Give
of
it-
this coin. Well,
Give him
Basically,
a one.
I'm giving him back a loaded coin.
You
It's
do
not
that,
gonna stay there forever. The wax is gonna go away after a while anyway. So
While you do that, you feel really strange while messing with this item, and then you hand it back to because you're.
I can feel
Where-
strange as much as I want. If I see him fall down, it's fun as hell. Well, as long
where
as it
did he
doesn't
get the
hurt
coin?
me.
From the
From the Chester?
Yep.
Oh.
My friend, the Blue Chester.
Your friend now, is it?
That's
He's my
currently
friend now, yeah.
arrested.
Oh my god.
All right, so everyone is heading to the inn at this point. Is that correct? Is anyone not heading to the inn?
Depends if I've received my bag of 20 hazelnuts.
The squirrels should by now return with
Or-
20 hazelnuts in a wooden bag. No, not wooden, in a cloth bag.
Wooden
Wooden bag.
Back.
Wow,
Wooden
bag.
bag.
Gotta love it.
I will pat him on the head and be like, thanks.
And the squirrels then say, "This is your only wish today, maybe more tomorrow," and then they run away.
Murdoch will just nod and be very happy with the bag of hazelnuts.
Indeed, you have a bag of hazelnuts. Okay. 20 hazelnuts. I don't think the number matters. A lot of nuts. Okay. Mur, will you also join them in the inn?
Yeah.
I'll jump over to this one. Let me see how this map looks right now. Is everything fine? You remove parch. And you guys can
Oh,
move to
wait.
the entrance for the sake of it. Also, these are your old characters, so they have like the 10 and the stuff. If you delete them and place them again, it'll be better.
Already deleted.
Just click and then delete. The delete
Imagine a universe where deleting a character
Ah.
actually happens, and the
Uh-huh.
new one is an entirely different
It's
one.
just fucking Soma all over. Right. Okay. Let me change the audio. We are in the Hawk stream. Yeah, what will you do here?
So you said it was in the evening now? So the sun was setting?
Yeah. You still have some time before sleeping, but if you wanted to, you could probably also have an early night.
Did we ever know what was downstairs?
You don't.
Okay, well, that was just a question. Isoi doesn't care. So, let's see, where is that shops and inns tavern thing? Let's see. I'll pay 1 gold for a barracks.
Okay, so you go straight to bed.
No, I'll just pay it already together
Okay,
with some
Yeah.
with some drinks and some food. I'll get some bacon stuffed bread, a barracks, and some water, since I don't have
Yep.
any sanity anymore.
Yeah, don't worry about that. You can just do all the stuff that is literally just trading money. You can do on your own. If you want to roleplay anything, I'm here, of course.
I'll just take the tea and I'll just casually walk around the tavern and just wait for something interesting to be heard if it catches my ear. Whether it would be from the patrons or from the bar or from the waitress or from the strange cat thing again or the man in foreign armor again. Just walk around. We'll see how it interests me.
Mur, I think you're also very interested in something right now.
Yes. I will walk over to the cat and I will be like, do you want me to just drop it here or do you want it else?
The cat
I
sits
look
up.
very
and
nervous.
It almost is like as if it's smiling, and it puts a paw in front of it.
And out of this very, very small bag that seems rather weird, I will pull out a massive container and just smash it on the ground in front of her.
The cat
Or was
almost
it on the table?
bounces. Yeah, it's a table or whatever. Yeah. The cat almost bounces a little bit, keeps its balance, and then looks at all the nice things in it, and it nods to you. And as you walk away, you feel as
No,
if you. No?
I'm not walking away. I will look like shifty eyes around me and then like whisper to her, it is not ruined. It's still kind of nice. You can still use it.
The cat acknowledges what you said. It's grateful for that information.
And then I will walk away.
The cat.
And-
The cat. We know which you are, damn it.
And you will feel as if you now have a note in your pocket that you can read.
At least so he doesn't. He was already in bed when the entire debacle happened. So for him, it's just again the dwarf being insane and talking to a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Have some bacon, bread, and wine.
Yeah, you get all the food you want. The waitress comes over. She takes your order. She brings you your food with very high finesse and speed. She just darts between the tables.
Let's see, how much was that again?
Mm.
1 and 2, so 3. And the sitting room. For reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just remember these buffs yourselves. I cannot keep track.
Oh yeah, I need to roll a d4, don't I?
Yeah.
Just do a thing for. Why am I having a? What is that icon? I forgot. Oh well, it was probably the inspiration thing.
It's the food thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
The previous food.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? There.
I need to quickly go to the toilet if that's okay.
That if nothing, is there anything that I hear as I go around?
You probably hear. Well, I mean, you see Mer talking to the cat. You don't understand the words, though. You see Kazir on the bar. You see Nier and Susan getting their food, and Jinx is standing inside the tavern.
Nothing of interest.
Uh,
All right. Might as well be a good moment to maybe get some more cash, and I'll just do a small performance with the violin that I have and the flute.
All right. Try for
See
it.
what kind of money I might get, considering bard. Let's see. Hopefully, well, and now I have advantage since I ate. 20.
Give me an idea of what your performance is.
It's more of like, rather than the upbeat song that it has, it's more of like a violin melody that just soothes, but is more of like not towards the sad side. It's more of towards the to what can I equalize that?
Melancholy?
Yeah, like melancholic.
Mhm.
Like melancholic, but more in like a soothing way.
Yeah.
That's basically
You-
it. So if anybody is giving anything, that's fine. If nobody gives anything, that's also fine. No form of magic, just me doing bard stuff, considering I was in a college before, so.
You sit down and you can clearly see a few people already turn their heads, and then you start your performance, and even more heads turn towards you. And you can roll me a 1d20 plus 10.
Oh, okay.
Back? What the fuck is happening?
You can add 15 gold pieces to you, and at that point, one of the people at the bar is like, "Hey! We got our own music. Fuck off next time."
The
Yeah,
next time, get better music. as I stand up and just go forward. And I'll just cling with the money that I got a little bit, sling. Otherwise, this would have been yours. And I go to my room.
While that was happening, while he was performing, are people like really focused on him?
Good amount is focused on
Uh-oh.
him, yes.
Can I try to steal from one of the onlookers?
On what person specifically are you looking for?
Is there anybody who's like, really caught in by Isaac's performance? Like maybe somebody's reminded of something tragic, or I don't know, they're really into this, and then maybe they
there's
have
many people who are absolutely enthralled by Isaac's performance.
maybe somebody has a coin purse that they're showing a little too openly and not paying much attention to.
There's definitely a person like that, but I'm more thinking about what type of person, more like their class or something like that.
Not like. I mean, I guess this is an encampment, so most of them are military personnel. So not somebody decorated like an officer, more like just militia or a more common person.
Or a man in foreign armor.
No, that's Sam, right? The man in foreign armor.
Yeah. So the idea basically was, are you stupid enough to steal from another thief? But you said you were stealing from the militia, which is fine. Roll me sleight of hand. Okay. You will roll against it with disadvantage. I'll just roll a 1d20 plus 2 with disadvantage. I mean, that's fine. It's just a 20. Okay. You can also roll me a 1d20 plus 10.
I should have said the what he rolled against my roll. 1d20 plus 10. How do I do /roll? Oh, wait.
And you grab that purse. You can definitely feel it jiggle a little bit, and you open it, and you see 17 coins. And as you close it, turn around, you hear him, "Hey, where's my pocket? Watch out, guys!"
I was gonna say, can I place it back, but with stones inside or something of equal, or similar weight?
Sure, I'm just at a loss at why. Okay.
So I don't
have
get caught?
stones?
Let me see. Good question.
I have.
Are you suddenly in on this? I don't think you see this, Mer.
No.
This is happening while I'm performing, so I don't say anything.
Yeah, you don't see anything anyway.
Yeah, you're
I don't
blind.
say anything. Sorry.
Wait. I got a better idea. I'll place instead of stones, because I don't have any. I'll place in the pouch, the coin purse. I'll place one confused frog.
Poor frog.
Would he feel that wriggling around though?
Not my problem.
You try. Hold on, I want to roll this for success. Okay, you fail. You take the money and you contemplate what to do, and at that point you take out the frog, and you see it cross-eyed already. It's like you're not even sure if this frog is all there anymore. And as you try to put it into the bag, it just jumps on the floor and it just scurries away. And it kind of looks like it's running towards Kazir.
Okay. But I got away with the coins, right?
You got away with the coins.
Yeah. Alright, then that's it.
Kazir, the frog reaches you.
Do I see it? Because I have my back to it.
You sense it with your feline powers.
I will turn around swiftly.
The ones that sense drugs.
And I'll look deeply into the frog's eyes.
While you try to do that, the frog seems like it's looking left and right away from you at the same time.
I will pick the frog up.
It is now in your hand.
I will lick it.
Oh god.
This is your fault, Edge. You started with a licking thing.
This is part of his quest line. I was really scared that the frog was lost like this. Because I wrote it into his quest line the moment that Jinx had that frog.
Wait, really? That frog
banked,
was meant for Re?
Yeah,
Okay.
I obviously not at the very start, but once you were like, I want to keep the frog, and then I came up with the drog frog thing. Yeah, I added it. Okay. I need a different music for a moment. What do we use? What do we? I think this one will work.
Something trippy.
Okay.
Shit.
As you lick the frog again, before you stands. Hold on, just.
Well, you licked it, so you licked it, and then it changed into a princess.
Not quite.
Close enough.
Before you, once again, in the middle of the room, stands a giant frog. It looks at you. Ah, you have found another one. 3 remain. Bring them to the spring.
What spring?
Oh, you will find it. You will find it, I am sure. First, however, 3 more. 3 more.
I will find him.
Does everybody see this happen?
No, this is all in Kazuya's
okay.
head.
Okay.
He's on a trip.
Literally.
And
A very long trip.
and the frog is like, yes, yes, 3 more. Bring them to the spring. Like all of them there. Find your reward. Ultimate bliss.
Oh, hell yeah.
At that point, the hawk is like, sir, are you okay? And once you look back, the giant frog is indeed gone again.
I will turn slowly over to the hog and be... I think I've had enough for today.
You look like it.
But I could use some skooma. Kuma, I mean.
We only sell that under the table, but you know everything's here under the table. 15 gold and you can have a glass. A vial, shall we say.
50?
You're not getting anything cheap here.
That's outrageous.
Make it yourself then.
I will.
You want some hawk's piss? I can piss in your thing if you want.
You what?
You asked if you want some hawk's piss.
Gonna piss in your thing.
Yeah, in your mug.
No, thank you. I've had
Well,
enough.
you're a loss.
And Kazir will march up to bed and
alright.
fall into it like a fucking druggie.
Good, good, good. Okay, Nier and Susan, how's it going with you guys over there?
I guess I'm having a glass of wine with Susan before bed.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds good. As you were having that glass of wine, you see another familiar person walk into the pub.
Oh.
Hold on. No, I'm afraid not, Ellie. I'm afraid not.
Ellie was so ready, and you crushed her dreams.
I am so sorry.
You're not.
Am I not?
You're not.
Somebody's there, but I can't see them.
Yeah, because I haven't.
If it's blue, I'm gonna
Right.
barf.
No, it's C.
He's my friend. You leave him alone.
You
Oh.
indeed
Oh,
see.
this person.
Wow.
I want it to be Droop or the Blue Jester.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Lily
Droop,
or
the-
whatever her name.
You're so
A
mean.
petition to change the name of this white mage into Droop.
You can't
Ellie,
really.
if you want, I can change into the Blue Jester next day.
That's not the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh. You still need the gloves though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad now.
Okay, and as Lily comes in, she's like, "Oh, you guys are back. Did you find out anything fun?"
Well, indeed, we have a dragon in our hands, apparently.
You have a dragon in your hand.
No, well, not in my hand, but, all those dreams you were having, I guess they weren't, I guess they weren't far from the truth.
But what happened to the dragon? Like,
Well,
did you fight it?
Hell no!
Hmm.
It was an ancient dragon.
An ancient dragon. I mean, if that thing descends on us, we are doomed regardless, aren't we?
Well, there's some things that might change the course
Like what?
of your dream. Oh, well, as I lean in closer to Lily, it's like the dragon doesn't seem very cooperative with.
So they're forcing it.
Yeah, in fact.
What means could force an ancient white dragon to do your bidding?
Have you ever heard of the slave colors?
The slave colors.
You know the ones with the blue
Not
stone.
really, no. Is anyone here that can explain them to me at least?
Well, you're looking right at them.
All right, share your knowledge then. And she orders some drinks for the three of you. Well, actually for the five
More
apparently.
drinks.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
what is it you know?
I don't know every single detail, but these colors are basically put on people so they will stay, well, more or less subservient to those controlling them, because if they don't, they will explode. But this effect does not trigger from past 20 meters. Was it 20 meters?
You can say it's 20, yeah. Interesting. Did you bring any of these colors? I would like to have a look at them.
Well, we did bring some dwarves to the camp that had these colors on them. Personally, I would be against the idea since, well, you don't know what these colors can do. Can they mind control their victims? Or all I know is that they're magical, but I don't know how to disarm them.
She frowns, but this might be a good chance to study the thing.
Indeed, the mages are looking after the dwarves. If you'd like to go take a look.
She looks at you. It's like, you know what? You guys meet me back here tomorrow at noon. I will do some research. And then you indeed see her run out before she even has time to get a drink with you.
I'm just gonna drink her potion.
Yeah, you drink all the things. Right. It's getting quite late now. What will you do?
Go to bed.
You go to bed?
Mhm.
Okay.
Bedtime.
Quotes.
Bedtime indeed.
Do I have a scene that I can drop you on for this next bit? Probably
No,
not.
can you?
We're gonna put you on